Hi and welcome. My name is Lily and I talk about books. In this video we are going to be talking about Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. It's about the power of friendship among women, which is something touching and great. I'm going to do as always and make a summary, and at the end I'm going to give you my personal opinion. But I really want to know what you all think as well, so let me know down below. If you want to know more about Jojo Moyes, check out this video. So now let's dive into the story about two women who couldn't be more different, about solidarity and a very funny revenge. Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes is a witty contemporary fiction novel for readers 14+. It was published in February 2023 by Pamela Dolman Books and has 448 pages, which is a reading time of about 6 hours. A similar book is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Now let's move on to the summary. It's the story about Nisha and Sam. Two women who couldn't be more different swap bags at the gym, and that's how the story takes its course. What both women have in common is that they are struggling. Sam doesn't have it easy in life. Her everyday life is bleak. At home she has a husband who is drowning in depression and just hangs out on the couch all day. Plus she's under a lot of pressure to perform at work and has to deal with an asshole boss who she can't do anything right for and who takes every opportunity to belittle her. As if all that weren't enough, she's on the verge of financial ruin. The other is Nisha, a wealthy socialite whose unfaithful husband unceremoniously kicked her out of the hotel and cuts her off completely, leaving her homeless on the streets of London. Just before that happened, the two switched their bags at a gym. Nisha's bag contained exclusive branded clothes and a single piece of a red pair of Manolo Blahnik high heels. Horrified, Nisha has to settle for Sam's bag, which contains cheap clothes and a pair of well-worn shoes. All her attempts to get back her papers, valuables and fine clothes in her luxury hotel room fail. Her credit cards are also blocked and no one from her high society circle of friends helps her out. Alone, homeless and without money, Nisha has to face real life and take on a simple job. In the process, she makes friends with her work colleague Jasmine, who can barely make ends meet herself, but selflessly helps her. At the same time, Nisha chases after her gym bag, which contains her Manolos. The trail leads to Sam and her friend Andrea. But Nisha's husband's henchmen are also after this bag, but why? The events were the four women together who try to shake off the pursuers in a fast-paced and exciting game of cat and mouse with friendship, loyalty, solidarity and a whole lot of cunning. This to the summary of the story. Let's move on to my impression. This story has something ironic and treats serious issues and interpersonal relationships with a wink. It explores what happens when we let a stranger into our lives. Here, strangers become permanent fixtures in each other's lives. I like that this story is about friendship between strong female characters. Women who don't let it get them down. Each of these women characters are finally and realistically fleshed out, each with a believable backstory. At the beginning, Nisha was not at all sympathetic to me, coming across as arrogant, condescending, and quite detached from real life. She had almost everything she'd ever dreamed of. She had a super rich husband and a jet-set lifestyle, but then lost it all. That's when I started to feel sorry for her, and by the end she's really grown on me. She goes through the biggest development. Little by little her heart shell is peeled away and underneath emerges a warm, loyal and compassionate woman. Sam is the polar opposite of Nisha and not a bit less strong, and that's what I like about her. She doesn't complain but is grateful for what she has, despite dealing with the responsibility for her family who depend on her and balancing on the edge of losing her job and bearing the struggle with her depressive husband. But sometimes I was annoyed by her lack of self-confidence. But the other female characters are also super portrayed and grew on me. They have to deal with the hard things in everyday life, like misogyny in the workplace, illness, double burden of work and family, and low income, and mastering this. All of these serious issues are interwoven with a lot of wit and humor, so the story doesn't get too heavy. This could be seen as a criticism, but I won't, as this is all about entertainment. There is also a love story, but that's not the main theme here. I like that this book is about friendship and solidarity among women who show strength under adverse circumstances and don't let it get them down. I felt for the characters and got sucked into their lives. But the story also shows that clothes really do make the person and how differently people are treated depending on how they look, whether they have money or are famous. A different perspective on appearance is presented as the circumstances force both women to experience each other's life. Clothes and shoes can certainly lead to a change in the self-image and behavior, so Sam certainly feels attractive in the monologues and acts much more confident. Because of this charisma, she's naturally perceived and treated differently by others, quite unlike Nisha, who suddenly has to settle for little. In this respect, the story also quietly criticizes the superficiality of our society, but even this theme does not come with a raised forefinger, but simply flows into the plot. The story is multifaceted because it also comes across like a thrilling action thriller. Sure, many scenes of the story are quite unrealistic and the author sometimes uses cliches. But so what? As I said, this is about entertainment and I definitely had plenty of that. The narration is fluid without complicated sentence structure. Since it's a character-driven plot, the description of the setting comes up a bit short. However, this did not bother me much. All in all, Someone Else's Shoes is a wonderfully entertaining novel that really stands out with the themes, and I had a lot of fun reading it. And the icing on the cake was that the story ends very satisfyingly. So, that's to my impression. Now let's get to the conclusion. This story is an original and humorous ode to friendship and solidarity among women. What is possible if we stick together? Almost everything. Who do you become when you walk in someone else's shoes? A different person. It's about 4 strong female characters who do not let themselves be defeated and into whose everyday life we are allowed to enjoy a glimpse. It's a view of 4 different lives coming together and being woven together. It's about acceptance, tolerance and helpfulness. Actually, it's a reverse Cinderella story, a story of mix-ups and the power of second chances. And although the story is sometimes quite unrealistic, I was really entertained. On top of that, there's an exciting hunt for red Manolo-Blahnik shoes and an action-packed game of cat and mouse. Wonderful. I find it a book worth reading with a mix of female friendship, a pinch of romance and action thriller, and can only recommend it. This brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video to the end. If you enjoyed it and would like more bookish content, subscribe, like and share this video. This would really help me out. So yeah, see you soon. Bye.